This is wild and totally Kentucky-friendly. There's a positive update on Yaxel Lendeborg. After Magoon Gwath's withdrawal, which we'll get into later, is it a good idea to have Yaxel on the roster? Let's take a look. Kentucky has been on a constant search for talent, and the new name is Yaxel Lendeborg. The recent news about Pope meeting with the player is a shot of optimism for Wildcats fans, who are eager for reinforcements capable of bringing the team back to shine. Lindborg, a versatile and productive player from UAB, entered the transfer portal on Monday and has quickly become a top target for Kentucky. The speed with which the Wildcats recruiting team set up a face-to-face meeting with the player is a clear sign of how serious their interest in the athlete is. And according to reliable sources like On3's Joe Tipton, Kentucky is a top contender to land Lindeborg's commitment, with a decision likely as early as next week. That's an exciting prospect, especially considering that Chicago, the location of the deal, has been a survivor's sanctuary for the Wildcats in recent years, a place where good news seems to spring up unbidden. Lindeborg's production last season speaks for itself, averaging an impressive 17.7 points, 11.4 rebounds, for 0.2 assists, 1.8 blocks, and 1.7 steals in 33.6 minutes per game. He's the kind of all-around player any coach dreams of having on their roster. His ability to impact the game in multiple ways, whether it's scoring, defending, or creating plays for his teammates, makes him a valuable asset to any system. Additionally, his offensive efficiency with 52.2% field goal shooting, 35.7% three-point shooting, and 75.7% free throw shooting shows that he not only contributes volume, but also quality. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent the promise of a player who can be the beating heart of a competitive team. Kentucky's interest in Lindborg goes beyond his technical skills. He possesses a winning mentality and work ethic that perfectly match the Wildcats' culture of excellence. His presence on the roster could provide exactly the type of leadership and versatility the team needs to face the tough competition of the NCAA. Plus, his previous college basketball experience and exposure to the NBA draft process indicate that he's ready to take on the next level of challenge. While there is still uncertainty about Lindeborg's immediate future, as he plans to participate in the NBA draft process, the fact that Kentucky is willing to invest the time and effort into recruiting him suggests there is confidence that he will remain in college basketball next season. This would be a masterstroke for Mark Pope, who has worked tirelessly to rebuild the team following the departures of key veterans. Lindborg would not only fill the voids left by those departures, but he would also bring a new dimension to the Wildcats game, elevating the overall level of the roster. The timing of this potential addition is crucial. With the 2025-26 season fast approaching, every move in the transfer market takes on strategic importance. Kentucky's ability to attract players like Lindborg reflects not only the prestige of the program, but also Mark Pope's clear vision for the future. He knows that in order to compete for the championships that fans so desire, it is necessary to identify and acquire talent that can make a difference early on. For now, it looks like this is an exciting recruitment to watch closely. Lindeborg's combination of talent, versatility, and potential makes him a key player in building the next great Kentucky team. If he decides to commit to the Wildcats, it could be seen as a game-changer for the program, a sign that the Mark Pope era is beginning to reap the rewards of its early efforts. And while a final decision has yet to be made, the mere fact that Kentucky is in the running with a real chance is reason enough to celebrate. The reunion between Mark Pope and Yaxel Lendeborg represents more than just a casual conversation. It's a significant step toward a bright future for the Wildcats. And will Pope recruit him? Let's hope so. The recent news about Magoon Gwath is a cold shower for BBN. The 7-foot, one young forward whose defensive presence and shot-blocking ability caught the attention of many observers, has opted to remain at San Diego State, dashing the hopes of Wildcats fans of seeing him wear the blue and white of Kentucky. Regardless of the outcome, there is much to ponder about the context of this decision and the next steps for the program, led by Mark Pope. Gwath, a central piece of San Diego State's rotation during his freshman season, has made a remarkable impact on the court, averaging an impressive 8.5 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks per game. He has quickly established himself as a defensive force to be reckoned with. His ability to change opposing offensive plays with his blocks has been a game changer, especially on a team that deeply values defensive solidity. For Kentucky, which is looking to bolster its roster after losing key players like Andrew Carr, Amari Williams, and Ansley Almoner, Gwath seemed like a perfect fit. However, fate would have it that he would remain in California, continuing his trajectory with the Aztecs. While it's easy to imagine scenarios in which Gwath could have become a pillar of the Wildcats' immediate future, it's important to note that his decision to remain at San Diego State also reflects a mature and strategic choice. Injuries have been a significant obstacle in his career thus far. He missed the entire 2023-24 season with a foot injury and faced further issues the following season, when a hyperextended knee strain sidelined him for 5 games. These setbacks are a stark reminder that high-level basketball requires not only talent, but also physical and mental toughness. Remaining in a familiar environment may be just what he needs to regain confidence and develop his game without additional pressure. In addition, there are issues related to Gwath's physique that need to be addressed in order for him to reach his full potential. He still lacks the strength to compete in more physically demanding intramurals. That's a crucial aspect in competitive leagues like the NCAA, where constant physical contact can wear down less prepared athletes. Interestingly, the connection between Gwath and Kentucky's Lamont Butler brought a human touch to the story. The two were teammates at San Diego State during Butler's senior year before he decided to transfer to Lexington. While Butler may have tried to influence Gwath to follow suit, the fact that the guard chose to stay in the state where he began his college career suggests that other factors weighed more heavily on his decision. And that's far from a defeat for the Kentucky program. Instead, the news serves as a reminder that modern recruiting is a complex process. While some players see unique opportunities in a change of scenery, others prefer to solidify their roots before taking the next step. For Mark Pope and his staff, that means doubling down on the transfer portal and recruiting classes to find potential prospects to fill the voids left by recent departures. After all, Kentucky has an unwavering tradition of finding diamonds in the rough and molding them into stars ready to shine on the national stage. Looking ahead, the Wildcats continue to search for pieces that can elevate the roster for next season. Gwath's absence doesn't dampen the optimism surrounding the project led by Pope, who has already shown an ability to build competitive teams capable of surprising opponents and fans alike. With roster spots available and the resources to attract high-caliber talent, Kentucky will likely continue to be an attractive destination for players looking to maximize their potential while competing for one of the most prestigious programs in the country. Magoon Gwath's decision to stay at San Diego State is just one chapter in a larger story that is being written for Kentucky. Every setback is an opportunity to adjust strategies and seek new horizons. And Pope knows how to respond. Let's move on. Comment.